Hello gamers, welcome to episode 11 of my tutorial series. Today we're gonna learn about functional storage. And I'm sure you guys have seen the oak drawers on my base previously in the previous episodes, but I haven't exactly explained what it is and what it does. So here we go, here's the oak drawer 1x1. It's a pretty simple recipe. So it stores one singular item type up to 2048. The oak drawer 2x2 is 4 chests and the rest are planks, and it stores 4 types of items. It stores 4 types of items, but by default it has only 512 each instead of 2000. And then finally we have a compacting drawer. The compacting drawer stores one singular type of item, and if it has a recipe of 2x2 or 3x3, it crafts it into itself. So example, here's a cobbled deep slate block. It's made out of 9 cobbled deep slate, and it just multiplies itself. It compacts itself. So let's say we got 63 there. Now we have 6, but it minus 9 over here. And if you right click anywhere but the black background here, it's gonna show you the menu. Over here we can see 4 storage upgrade slots and 3 utility slots. Right over here we have copper upgrades. Recipes aren't that hard. You put one in, it now multiplies 2k storage to 16k. This can also be put anywhere else. So 512 now becomes 4k storage. And if you guys didn't know it, this copper upgrades, or any upgrades in general, they actually multiply on itself. So 2 copper upgrades don't actually equalize to 16 times storage. It's actually 64, because 8 times 8 is 64. So we had 512 here initially. Now we have 4k storage. Now we have 32k storage. And if you guys didn't know, any mod that has anything to do with storing items and displaying them at the same time can cause a lot of lag. So it comes in our configuration tool. You can shift right click in the air to swap the modes it's in, and you could also right click onto the block to change its configuration. So right here we can lock the items in, so only cobbled deep slate can go in here, nothing else, and all of that stuff. We got showing the amounts, we got showing the item renders and the upgrade renders. Here, let's do the upgrade renders again. There we go. It's right there. Next thing I want to show you guys is a storage controller. The storage controller links all the drawers together. Here is the recipe. It's actually pretty easy. Just place it down, and then we could use our linking tool to link all the drawers together. So just right click here and then start right clicking on all the other blocks. So now they're all linked right here. You guys are probably wondering, what can I use that for? What's the point of linking them? Well, let's say you guys have a bunch of items in your inventory. We got an oak log, copper, and sand. And over here we have those 3. We'll just link the drawers together like this, and then we just right click the storage controller and it's gonna send them to the appropriate box. There we go. No more items. Alright, now comes the best part, guys. What are we gonna use it for? I'll show you guys the practicality in all this. Alright gamers, this is what we're gonna be using it for. So I basically just stacked up all our monster drops here, and behind here is the nether drops. Here is building materials on the left, or just stone and dirt, sand, and all that stuff. Also got some upgrades here, and we got our compacting drawers for all our ingots. Alright, so let's go ahead and link it all up. Just gonna do all of this. There we go, we got everything linked up. Now we're gonna use our configuration tool here to get some FPS back. So we'll go ahead and lock everything down just like this. So we just need to right click on the controller, then show such hide. Now we're getting some FPS. Item renders, amazing. and then the upgrade renders. Bam! So now, let's say that I got 64 iron ingots here. Just right click on here and it's gonna go to right here. The appropriate box for it. Alright, you guys are probably wondering, how is this going to help us out? Well, we can actually could actually connect it to the ME controller we have here, and then connect it to our applied energetic system. All we're gonna need is storage bus. Storage bus is pretty easy. It's just an interface with two pistons right here. We're gonna place it underneath here. So we're gonna take our storage bus, pop it down, bam! Then all we have to do is connect it like this. Bam! So now, let's say, see, now we can see all our cobble deep slate and cobblestone all in here. It's amazing. But you know what, guys? We're not actually done yet. I forgot to explain one last thing. This right here is the armory cabinet. It's a pretty easy recipe. It's just one netherite is the most expensive part. But you're gonna grab this and it's gonna store. It's like, it works like an anti-barrel, if you guys know what that is from previous versions of Minecraft. But it just stores your non-stackable items. So for example, if you have all these axes, they all go inside this armory cabinet. So you know how this can store 2048 of a singular item type? This can store up to, I actually don't know the number, but it stores a lot of item types. So we're gonna be using that for that purposes. We're also gonna attach a storage bus into it. So I'm gonna plop it down here, right underneath our storage controller, and give it a bus like that, storage bus. Alright. So when we store items here, we first want to check the drawers, see if we could place items from in here and into the drawers first. So we're gonna give this a priority. Oh, not what I meant to do, my bad. Let's give it a priority right here. Click on this, let's give it 8K. So any items that goes in through here, we'll first check if it can go in here before it puts it inside our disk drives. So we got deep slate, now it goes in here. Alright, and we're also gonna give the armor cabinet a higher priority. I'm gonna get that 16K here. Doesn't no matter what number it is, the armory just has to be higher than the storage, and the storage controller has to be higher than the ME drive right here. We still have some items in here, but it's not represented in here. So for example, we're storing 64 redstone dust in here, but inside the disk drives, we have 523 in here. That's an issue. So basically, I want to grab all the disk drive space and then place them inside their appropriate compacting drawer if we can. So to do that, we're gonna need an IO port. That's a pretty easy recipe, just ME drives. You know, you guys know how it is, pretty easy. So we're just gonna place it down right here temporarily, right there. And we're gonna grab all of our disk drives, and it runs all our items back as if they were just coming into the system. We're just gonna shift click on here, it's gonna place it here, and everything goes into the disk here. But first, it's gonna check if it can go through the compacting drawers before putting it inside these disks. So for example, we got 207 redstone dust. There's some redstone dust in here somewhere. So I'm just gonna place them all down like this. Now we got 775 redstone dust. So we're just gonna repeat that process. So we're done here. So we're gonna do all this. There we go. Now we have 4 empty storage. So now we've pretty much saved ourselves a lot of space by running everything through again. So now we got the appropriate amount of, so if we have any ingots, it goes in here, but we could still see it in here. Amazing. We can go ahead and remove this. That was just temporary until we need it again. So yeah, guys, we fixed our problems. That's gonna be it for episode 11. Stay tuned for episode 12. I'm assuming I'm gonna do a bunch of auto crafting that episode. So yeah, I'll see you guys there. Make sure to like and subscribe, and comment if you guys want to say hi to me. Goodbye.